In this video, we're going to be going over some topics on reasons why your resale business, part of your business, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, might not be growing and you might feel stuck. I know I've felt that a time or two along my journey. If you're new to the channel, my name is Bo Johnson. I am a full-time eBay reseller, reselling on multiple platforms now, Whatnot, Poshmark, eBay. Been doing that for about 4 years now, and really just here to help you guys, learn from my experience, kind of the things not to do, maybe the things to do. Um, there's been times in my business where I have felt stuck, like, is this the right thing to do? Is this the thing I should be doing? Is this even worth my time? So we're going to be going over some of the things that I did to get unstuck, and kind of just talk a little bit more about my journey and where I see our business going here in the future. So yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in. This is definitely like an open forum. So if you want to have questions answered, or you really just want to know, what's the next step to take in your business, drop it in the comment section and we could circle back to it. I also do want to go over some of the weekend sales on eBay, just to give you kind of maybe some frame of reference on what things sell for, how long they take to sell. So, yeah, I guess the tip number one is, if you're feeling stuck in your business, it's probably because your mind is stuck. If your life is stuck, your mind is stuck. What do I mean by that? I've been guilty of this, guys. I've been guilty of this. All this is just based on my experience. When I have felt stuck in my business, is because I was not thinking in new ways about old problems. If you could capture the idea of thinking in new ways about old problems, you can change the world. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about thinking innovatively, thinking different, outside the box, not following the crowd, not doing what everyone else is doing, thinking outside the box to get unstuck. Maybe you're feeling stuck right now in life. You may need to do a pivot. I love that word. You may need to do a pivot. And as easy it is to follow what everyone else is doing. I mean, you're here on YouTube, you're trying to probably figure out what I'm doing in my business to be a full-time reseller. There's a good thing that you should follow, but then there's things that you shouldn't apply, and then there's things you should apply. So you're going to have to figure out what you want your business to look like. But I know that if you're feeling stuck right now, the main thing for me when I got unstuck, I started to think in new ways about old problems. And in my opinion and personal experience, just seeing over the last 4 years, the biggest major need and problem in the reselling space is access to good inventory. Not everyone has access to good inventory. That's a big problem for a lot of people. And I see a lot of people quit because they just don't have access. So, how can I turn that into a solution? At least do my part to be able to help people get access to good inventory. So that's why we started selling on Whatnot and starting to move, 100, 200, 300 items a day, selling items on Whatnot. That gives access to resellers to good inventory for $5, $7, $8. I mean, we sold a Loro Piana blazer for $12. We sold a Burberry trench coat for $8. We sold Nike Air Maxes for $2. So those are the things that, you know, you probably should look to expanding, whether you want to sell on Whatnot or do wholesale. You got to remember that you're a reseller first. You shouldn't stay tied to just one platform. And that was my problem. 2-3 years ago when we first started getting going in this, I always thought that I needed to sell only on eBay and I only needed to sell clothing. That is like a kind of a big misconception there, because if you're a reseller, you probably should expand horizons at times because the world's constantly changing. So I know that first principle of, when I felt stuck in my business and I didn't see the growth that I wanted to see year over year, then I needed to think in new ways about old problems. So for example, this year we're on pace to do about $140,000, $150,000 in sales on eBay. And by now doing Whatnot, we're able to almost triple that amount of sales in just 1 year. Last year with eBay and Poshmark, we did like 180,000 in sales. This year with eBay, Poshmark, and Whatnot, we're expected to do about $350,000 to $450,000 in sales. So you got to think in new ways about old problems when you're thinking about how you want to grow your business. I hope that was helpful. That was tip number one. I hope everyone's doing well. Elio in the chat, if you guys have questions, let me know. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you guys kind of get unstuck. What is the things that you're, having a hard time with in your business? If you're feeling stuck and you just don't see the growth that you want to see, what are some things that you could do? So that first one is just opening up your mind to other ways of reselling, other than just sticking to eBay and putting all of your cards on the table when it comes to just one platform. Maybe thinking about how you could sell things in different ways. I know live auctions has been a thing. I know that's kind of up and down for a lot of people because you need an audience, you need influence, you need this. I just say just start. Stop complaining and stop having the procrastination attitude and just start. You never know where it's going to take you. So that was the first tip of getting unstuck, thinking about problems that currently exist today, but in a new way. How can you solve that problem? And I saw the problem of like people constantly asking me, can I buy inventory from you? How do you get your inventory? Where do you get your inventory? I can't find inventory where I live. I never find Prana. I never find Carhartt. I never find Patagonia. Well, I'll say to you, if you're that type of person that, you can't find those type of items, go on to Whatnot and start buying them because they're being sold between $1 and $10. I mean, come on, guys. Like, I'm seeing Patagonia sold for $1 in some shows. $1. So, thrift stores are pricing that up crazy. So just kind of have an open mind about it. If you're a reseller that has having a hard time getting access to inventory, maybe start looking on Whatnot to source. Also, using eBay to source as well is a great way to source in bulk. So just keep an open mind about what's going on, Vance Fine. Good to see you. How you doing? Jared, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. How's sales going for you? Hey, Bo, just our 2 week on eBay and we made about 450. Really hope we keep growing. I love it. I love it. Keep it up. Yeah. So eBay is a great platform, right? eBay is the known platform for pre-owned goods. All I'm talking about is if you're feeling stuck on eBay and you're maybe doing the same sales over and over again, year over year, and you don't see the growth, it may be time to just open your mind and start exploring other ways to sell items, whether it's through wholesale or through live auctions. I know the Poshmark live shows do well for some people. You remember, you don't identify as a reseller, but what you do is reselling, and you shouldn't be stuck to just one platform. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. So opening your mind about selling on other platforms is key. We'll get into the other ones in just a minute, but I want to go over some of the eBay sales that came over the weekend. Van Fine says, I got some stuff from you. Oh, yeah. No, I recognize your name. I recognize you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support over on Whatnot. I'm up 80% this year, but double up the listings. My problem is space. When I want to grow again, and Miami is so expensive for storage. Yes. That is the thing with eBay is like, once you start growing and doing 50 to 100 listings a day, you're going to start growing at a rapid rate. And if you're not selling 50 to 100 items a day, you better be prepared for paying for storage. That's why I like Whatnot, is because I can buy items this morning and sell them all tonight for a profit, which is amazing. Two different strategies, right? So I'm going to go over some of the items. We're going to share them right now. It's been a while since I've been live. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, I appreciate you. Burb says, keep it coming. Love the info. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I want to show you actually this sale. Really funny. I just sold this for $40. It's an Anine Bing designer brand. Just sold it for $40. I don't care. Probably could have gotten 100 for it, but now I have the Whatnot fever, I guess, and someone got a good deal, and that's great. Anine Bing is a great brand. This thing took about 3 months to sell. Picked it up from the Goodwill bins for $1. Sold it for 40. I think that's a win in my book. I ain't waiting around for the money, guys. I could die tomorrow. Take the money today. All good. Someone gets a great deal. Merry Christmas. So this is a good brand to be on the lookout for. Anine Bing. Pretty much anything from this brand is a pickup. But yeah, just that was a cool sale. Also too, like bringing to my point is like, be really detached from the items you sell. Do not be attached to anything, especially if it's clothing. I can see a rare trading card. I could see like a rare vintage shirt. You're going to have a little bit more attachment to it. But for common sales, common items, just if they're profitable and you're alive today and you want to keep growing your business, you may need to really clue in and hone in on the sum of the money all the time principle of just taking the money of what's offered today and use that to grow your business. So we'll go over about 20 items that sold on eBay over the weekend, just to show you kind of what these prices are going for. If you guys have questions, let me know. This is definitely like an open chat about possibly if you're feeling stuck in your business or stuck in life, how can we take the next step forward to move forward, whether financially, relationally, personally? How can we take the next step? How can we go from being stuck and feeling like things are always going to stay the same to getting unstuck and moving forward? So, this Anine Bing sale was great. We'll go over this one. This is just a plain North Face size medium nylon vented fishing shirt. Modal blend sold for full price of $19 plus shipping, and it sold in just 3 months. Listed on June 30th. Really nice sale here. I mean, I don't, there's nothing really flashy about it. Other than it's got like a zipper chest pocket. But yeah, sold for $20 plus $8 shipping. That was nice. That was a nice one. That Anine Bing was a nice one. This Woolrich lamb's wool sweater sold for $25 plus shipping. It was listed on June 6th. So it was listed about 3.5 months ago. Woolrich, I mean, you're obviously going to see more wool sweaters being sold right now. Nothing really too special about this one either. It's a Henley wool sweater, great size large, no holes, no stains. $25, sold 3 months to sell. That's a great win. This item, see, these are the items you want to avoid if you're a reseller. This item literally took a year and a half to sell, and I think it sold for $9. So something, just live and learn. You just don't pick up those items again, even if it's new with tags. Notations, women's, I think that's a Walmart brand, Kohl's brand, women's sweater. So for $9 plus shipping, I probably got it from the bins, and it took a year and a half to sell. So that is, in my opinion, I think that's not a good sale because it took so long. It's just taking too long. I've really learned the importance for me and in my journey and what we're doing in our life. This is gonna be different for everyone, but the nice thing when it comes to fast money, fast profit, fast sales, I love that. I don't mind buying something for 5 and selling it for 10 later today. Even if that item sells for 50, I don't care. If I could buy it for 5, sell it for 10 today, and that item has a market value of 80, it don't matter to me. I'm here to just, provide a resource for resellers and for other people that want to treat themselves, maybe get a good deal and pick up something nice for themselves as well. So just really learning the principle of fast money has helped me. If you're just jumping on here, we've done between $150,000 and $200,000 in sales on eBay and Poshmark over the last 4 years, every year between that range. And by getting more into the fast money and the principle of, getting that money quicker, turning 5 into 10, turning 4 into 8, our sales we're on track to almost triple. So between 350, 450,000, maybe even 500,000, because we're starting to sell a lot more new stuff for this year. And that's amazing because we really just tapped into the principle of faster money. And I know that's not going to apply for everyone. People want all of the money, and I totally understand. But it's just another option for us to be able to grow and hit the things that we need to hit. So, and it's going to be different for everyone. Not everyone wants to sell wholesale prices. And I totally get it. It's not for everybody. But that's another thing that just really helped me get unstuck, was just thinking about how can I make more money quicker. I think everyone should have an eBay store and, do both. eBay can be like that long-term investment strategy Think of it like stocks. You have long-term investments, you have short-term investments. eBay is a long-term investment. And for me, a long time is 3, 6, 9 months waiting for my return on investment. Whatnot is like day trading. Whatnot is something you put in the bid today and you sell the stock in 3 minutes from now. That's day trading. That's the quick stuff. The quick stuff. You only make a little bit of profit, but if you do it 100 times, like if I'm making $5 profit 100 times on 200 items a day, you do the math, guys. You do the math. So there we go. So if I'm selling 200 items a day at $5 profit, on eBay, I may sell 20 items a day and it may be $10 profit, $20 profit. It's still nowhere near to what have opened up with doing on Whatnot. So we'll keep back in going through some of these items, just going over some of the items that sold over the weekend on eBay. Hope everyone is doing well. Please comment down below if you have questions about anything, just questions. I don't even care. What's your favorite food? I don't care. Doesn't matter. So Lucky Brand jeans, you guys have known I've sold Lucky Brand jeans forever. Basically, I price them between $20 and $29 on eBay, and they sell for me. They may not sell for others, but listed these July 20th, 2024. They sold in about 2 months, 2.5 months, and they sold for $25 plus shipping. Great, really nice. I do the waist measurement, the inseam measurement, the leg opening measurement, and the rise measurement. These are the 221 original straight, really good condition, $25. I usually pick these up for about $5. So yeah, that was a nice one right there. Vintage Dockers. Don't pick up a ton of these, and I'm quite surprised that these sold. This might have been a bins pickup. Vintage Dockers. These took a year and 2 months to sell. They sold for full price of $18 plus shipping, but that's not something I want to pick up again because I don't want to wait a year and 2 months for this item to sell. Come on now. Does anyone want to wait? I mean, I guess it's different for everyone, but for like a $10 profit item, do you want to wait a year in 2 months for an item to sell? I personally don't. I just personally don't. I'd rather go set up a lemonade stand and make that money in a day. Come on now. Come on. Because also, too, you guys got to remember, you're taking the photos, you're doing the measurements, you're creating the listing. There's a lot more that goes into it, right? Adriana Goldschmied, I pick these up all the time between $5 and $7. These pairs sold for $34.95 plus shipping. They sold in about 3 months. So that is a great time horizon for me, in my opinion, when it comes to eBay. If you can sell an item within 3 months, that's great. That's obviously the 100% sell-through rate that everyone is so tied into. If you can sell an item in 3 months, I think that's A+. Good job. 3 months is a good time frame to sell something in. These are the Premier Skinny. Wow, surprised that these sold for that. These are women's, actually. Premier Skinny Women's, Adriana Goldsmeed. Even though I put men's. Interesting. Hard to tell with the pockets. Usually that would be a women's. Oh, hiring a lister. Oh, well, we'll see what happens there. Free returns. All right, Lee Lower on the waist bootcut jeans. These took 5 months to sell. I think they sold for $10. So not a good brand. The only thing I really want to pick up in Lee is the Extreme Motion or the Extreme Comfort. But these were bootcut, so they sold for 10 in about 5 months. Good, not great. Okay. Want to get back to some of the comments. You guys, if you have questions, just let me know. Just let me know. I'm here for you. Want to help you guys grow personally, business, as an entrepreneur, in your resale business, just by learning from my mistakes and successes on how you guys can grow. You guys can do exactly what I'm doing, probably better. So just know that there's nothing special that I'm doing. Not like literally nothing. I'm buying clothes that people want and then selling them. That's it. And that's why Whatnot, we've basically changed the model to, well, we're changing the model to basically we're just going to get down to selling 5 brands: Carhartt, Nike, North Face, Patagonia, Lululemon. That's pretty much it. That's what people want. They don't care about a St. John blazer. Most people don't even know what that is. So yeah, that's the thing we're turning to, just kind of simplifying things and simplifying the brands that we pick up moving forward. But yeah, this item sold. We'll get back into what's selling. I'm sorry. I want to be able to answer you guys' questions. Heaven Sent says, I'm going to watch or listen while it takes photos. Thanks for lives and longer form content. Hey, appreciate you, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you. Peter says, thanks for being real with no BS. That's I can't be BSing because I'm living with my convictions. I'm led by my beliefs, and I just kind of put myself in the place of when I started doing reselling, and I kind of want to really, I have like, what is it called? Like empathy. I want to be able to like help people get started faster and not have to take 4 years to learn how to do this. There's many resources out there. You can join groups. You can join Kaylee Elaine's group. You could join Tech and Sports group. You could join all these groups. Join them so you can fast track your learning process, because there's a lot of money to be made when it comes to reselling. You don't need to resell on Whatnot. You can resell on eBay, resell on Poshmark. You don't even have to resell online. You can resell at the flea market. So there's so many ways to get going, guys. And there's nothing that I'm doing special that you can't do as well. So I just say there's a lot of meat on the bone for everybody. So yeah, I appreciate it. Van Fine says, quick flip is better than sitting on product. Yep. Yeah, 100%. And that took me a long time to learn. That took me 4 years to learn that. A long time. I just had to break that thinking of like, no, I want an extra $5 profit. I may never sell that item for $5 extra profit. When the offer comes in, just take it. I know probably people are going to stone me to death for that, but I don't care. All right. So Lori says, hey, Lori, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Lori says, amazing supporter. Curious to know what you've learned, journey through Whatnot, surprises, buyer experience, future plans. Whatnot is, I would say it's like not for everybody, because we're kind of talking about, sometimes things sell for $1 and it's tough, but you also have to remember, like, don't be attached to the items you sell. So some stuff sells for $1, some stuff sells for $100, So, that's the thing that I learned the most is like, don't be attached to the items you sell. And also too, you don't have to start at $1. I think a lot of people think they need to start at $1. There's like a time and place for it, but also too, like, I don't recommend people starting things for less than what they pay for it. And I think that will eliminate a lot of fear for a lot of people getting started on Whatnot. Don't think you need to compete with people who can, absorb those margins at $1. If your buy cost is 5, start at 5, start at 6. I think the most important thing when it comes to Whatnot is having good product, because no one's gonna, like, it's like if I made a title, St. John's Bay and Terra and Sky and all these bad brands, no one's going to come to the show. So one of the more important things is like getting good stuff that people want. That's why we're kind of niching down into the Patagonia, the North Face, the Nikes, the new Lululemons, all that stuff, because people just naturally want those. You don't need to sell those items. The brand sells itself. So that's the thing that I probably learned the most on Whatnot, is focusing on brands people actually know and want. Like I said before, like I could pick up a St. John blazer, which I know goes for $200 on eBay, but maybe 75% of the people in the Whatnot show have never heard of St. John. Maybe another 10% people think that's St. John's Bay. And then the 10 to 15% that know who St. John is, they're probably going to get it for $5, $7, because people just don't know what that is. So focusing on the brands that everyone knows about, the good brands that everyone wants, I think is a really good key going forward. There's a place for everyone on Whatnot to sell whatever. I'm just learning that, hey, pick up the things that people want, so everyone gets a shot at them. And then future plans, long-term futures, just transitioning to all new with tag items. That's going to take a little bit of time, because just building the audience for that as well, because not everyone wants new items. Though I will say the statistic, there's like 92% of people that are on Whatnot are buying new items. So there is an 8% portion of people on Whatnot that are buying used items, but 92% are new. So people want new stuff. And so yeah, there's a place for both. So learning that's the future plan going forward is niching down the list, and then also providing new with tag items, and then hiring people. Like we have to hire people because there's no way I'm shipping 300 items out every day, sourcing 8 hours a day, and setting up the show and running the show. That's a quick fast track to burnout. So hiring shippers as we continue to grow, that's going to be the future plans. But those are my experiences. And I will say Whatnot's not for everybody. It really isn't, it's just not. And especially the time it takes to grow Whatnot, stream successfully takes a lot of time. Just like eBay as well. Like, don't expect to have people in your show. If you have no social media presence, it could take some time. So just be diligent and don't give up, because a lot of people quit way too early. You got to have the delayed gratification. If you can delay gratification longer than the next person, you're going to win, because you don't want to eat your cake the next day. You have a long-term time horizon on the goals that you want to accomplish. But yeah, appreciate you, Lori. Great question. Dark Black says, you still taking on new wholesale clients? What's the range and how much do you pay for items? Just curious to see if setting up a meeting would be worth it. Yeah. We're always taking on wholesale clients. I'm trying to open up my schedule more to take on more, but right now I'm completely booked up till about the third week of October. But yeah, we're basically building a team. We're building a team community. We want to have constant communication. We'll get you on the group text, where we can text you and communicate clearly and consistently. And it's worth it for some, it's not worth it for others. And I'll just say this, that there's people that source in California and the thrift stores prices are just too high. So we can't work with those people. And there's people that kill it at the flea market in the bins, and their buy cost is $1, $2, and they're turning that into 10, 5, 10 quickly. So that is also not for everyone. But I'll just say, if you have a good source where you can get your cost of goods very low, we're generally paying at minimum about $4 per item. If it's like a plain Nike shirt, to like 15. And that's the average. Some people are getting average $8 an item. There's 3 clients that we have that we just do a flat price of like $7.50, $6, $8, and it's a flat price no matter the item. So it just really depends on where you live, what sourcing do you have, and go from there. And we provide you with a brand list. So we love working with purpose-driven people who have vision, people who have a feeling and sense of meaning and purpose. And I love everyone on the team, and it's been great working with everybody. And I can't wait to see how it goes, because we're growing, and we need each other, and it's another option. Most of the people that we work with have eBay stores. So, they still list on eBay. They just have a great connection to sourcing around them, where while they go out sourcing, they can make an extra couple $100, because, maybe they're listing 10 items a day, but they found, some extra Lululemon or some extra Nike jackets that Bo would want. They're there for $3. We'll pay you $8. So that's kind of, a way you can expand your business. But don't hesitate. Even if we're not fit, you can book a call and we can work things out and go from there. But we're always accepting new people. There'll be the links in all of our YouTube videos if you guys are interested in starting your own wholesale and see if we can be a good fit. But yeah, great question. Everyone's time is worth different value. Everyone's time is worth different. Some people are like, no, I won't do anything for less than $200 an hour. There's some people that say, hey, $20 an hour, that's worth my time. So it's just up to you and what do you value your time at. But great question. Baji says, do you have a general baseline to start promoted listings? I realize it can depend on the item, but as you know, the higher you promote, the more money eBay makes. Yeah, I've always promoted at 10%, and I just sell pretty general items, common items at a 10% promotion rate. I will say, though, that items with like 70 to 100% sell-through rate or more, hold off promoting them for at least a couple weeks, because there's a good chance that those items might sell without needing a promotion. And especially if the item has a 100% sell-through rate, I wouldn't promote, because you're just giving eBay the money. And what's 10% on $100? That's just $10 for nothing, when that item could have sold organically. So promotions is kind of like a double-edged sword. You should do it for items that generally are around like 30% sell-through rate, which is a lot of common items between 20, 30, 40%. I would promote those. There's another strategy too, where I've seen people implement with great success, is every time you list an item, don't promote it. And then after 30 days of the item being on the site, start promoting then, because you get that new listing boost. Something within that algorithm, when you create a new listing, you get good placement. So that's something to consider too, is maybe holding off promoting anything for a month. And then once it hits days 31, hit it with that promotion. So that can be another option too. Will help you save a lot of money. Um, because yeah, eBay, I'm interested, and I'm sure someone knows out there, but how much of eBay's revenue comes from sellers, fees, promotions? Probably a good bit. And this is really a side tangent, but banks made $9 billion last year in overdraft fees. So just think of it that way. 9 billion in overdraft fees. Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, 9 billion profit in overdraft fees. So you got to remember, guys, how a company makes some money is probably not how you think. But eBay definitely, the fees are okay. But yeah, if you don't need to pay extra promotion fees, you don't need to. John says, I'm struggling financially and lost my job. Let me move this screen to here. There we go. Okay. I lost my job, so I started an eBay. How do I survive off this, yet invest back into the store? I haven't made a lot yet, though. How do I make this successful? Okay. Well, sorry to hear, but I do find that sometimes when the pressure's on, you're ready to go, baby. So the pressure's on. One thing I would recommend is just never spend more than 30 to 50% of your weekly cash flow on inventory. So if you're making $100 a week profit, don't go spend $150 a week. Spend 30 to 50, reinvest that back into the business, do whatever with the rest, pay bills, whatever, and then just keep doing that as you grow. Now you're making 1,000 a week. Take 300 to 500 of that 1,000, go buy product, increase your listing goal, whatever you have to do, and then continue. Now you're making $5,000 a week. Take 30 to 50% of that, reinvest it back, and continue to grow that way. That's the safest way to grow. You do not want to grow too fast, and don't spend more than you're making. This is the basic principle, guys. Just how do I make more money? Don't spend more than you make. It could take a little bit of time, but I know you can do it, John. I know you can do it, especially if you can go out and put a lot of your effort into sourcing. You've guys seen me and hear me say that time and time again, and that's when things got unstuck for me. Is like, what does 12 sourcing trips a week look like for me? So by doing that, I was just able to find better and better items. So if you're able, John, to put a lot of your time into sourcing, going out every day, you're going to be able to have a better chance at finding those better items. Hopefully that was helpful. MSG, sorry I passed you. I couldn't take an offer today for a bundle on Posh. 3XL, nice brand button-up shirts and a pair of Nikes. $150 was my price, and they offered $80. I countered at $100, and they didn't accept. Yeah, everyone's got their own price points. Don't sell stuff for a loss, that's for sure. But yeah, if it's not meeting your price point, it's fine. Someone else will buy it. Especially if you know what those items go for. But yeah, everyone's trying to get a deal today, guys. Everybody. Angie says, don't you think selling cheap on Whatnot is hurting us on eBay? No, because Whatnot is very small, guys. Whatnot is so small. Oh my goodness. 100,000 sellers on Whatnot, and this stat came from Daily Refinement. He said 100,000 sellers on Whatnot, 4,000 of those sellers only go live once a week. So that's 4% of Whatnot sellers are only going live once a week. We're going live 10 times a week. So the opportunity to sell on Whatnot is huge. If you could do more than one stream a week, you're in the top 4%. So I don't think it's hurting on eBay because just eBay's so much bigger. eBay's so much bigger. The access to the consumer is larger. The market cap is larger. Whatnot is a little dot in the sky. It's just so small. It is so small. You just hear all the YouTube resellers talking about it. But yeah, it's very small. I do not think it's hurting eBay whatsoever. Neither is the Poshmark lives or any of that. No. In my opinion, I don't think it's doing anything. I just think Whatnot is, paving a way. It's growing. But that was a surprising statistic to hear that over 100,000 Whatnot sellers and only 4,000 of them go live once a week. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't think so, Angie. Matthew says, how do you get an amazing warehouse on your property? Well, it's a pole barn. So it's pretty basic. It's not insulated or anything. It has electricity. But yeah, that's the reason why we chose to move to this property, because finding property that's 6-7 acres. We live in the middle of nowhere, but finding a warehouse is really rare in Oregon. It's done. It can be done, but it's just more rare. So when we saw that, we instantly jumped on it, and now we're going to be insulating that warehouse and looking to buy this property after my wife's neck procedures. So we're going to buy it subject to, if anyone knows what that means. But yeah, we're going to take over the mortgage and buy this property and start investing our own money into it, and insulating the warehouse, probably add an addition onto the house. But yeah, we love this property. It was a great blessing. So thank you, God, for this amazing property. But yeah, thank you, Matthew. Just got to look around. I had looked around for about 6 months till I found this property on Zillow every week, getting the notifications. Angie says, oh, so it's the YouTube people that are able to make money on Whatnot. That sucks for the rest of us that aren't YouTubers. Yeah, I mean, there's such a back and forth opinion when it comes to that, because there's people that have absolutely crushed it with no social media following. And then there's people that have 1 million subscribers on YouTube and then they suck at Whatnot. So it's just like another double-edged sword kind of thing, Angie. Having a social media presence, is it going to help? Yes. Is it going to hurt? No. But also at the same time, if you're going in and you're running Whatnot shows and you have one follower on Instagram, it's just going to be harder. It's just going to take more time. But can it be done? Yes, absolutely. I've seen people with no social media presence and they just crush it on Whatnot. On the first day, no, but it takes a while, a year, 6 months of running shows with 2 people in your show. And you're like, is this ever going to get better? It will. It just takes time. I think everyone should have a YouTube channel, but that's just me. People are going to stone me for that one. Baji says, great answer. What state are you in? Longtime eBay seller. We're in Oregon. Yep. It's pretty cold today. 38 degrees. Flip City says, not sure what happened, but our meeting was rescheduled. Yeah, sometimes as meetings get rescheduled, we had a family come into town, surprise trip. So we had a good bit of family come and visit. So the meeting has been rescheduled. I try not to reschedule too many. Nana says, great question. I don't know. There we go. Now we're back. You can see me. You can hear me. Sorry. That's the perks of living out here. Starlink internet. Not insulated warehouse. Doesn't the moisture affect clothing in the bags? No, it doesn't. We run 2 dehumidifiers throughout the winter. So running 2 dehumidifiers helps keep the relative humidity around 60. So, and then we have fans blowing. So it's been pretty good. Been here. This will be our 3rd winter here, but it's being insulated in November. So it'll be all insulated and ready to go to hold the heat in now. MSG says, I love watching your success. It seems like overnight you just switched gears. Really cool. Yeah, I know it looks like overnight, but we're not done, and I appreciate that. Thank you. But I have never have worked this hard in my life. I've worked 10-hour days, working for other people, 12-hour days, but working for yourself and managing all the different systems and processes is just a new. Your brain needs to be functioning at a high level. You need to know things. You got to have a schedule, first of all. If you don't have a schedule, you won't be able to get any of these things done. But yeah, I appreciate it. 4 years in the making, and just within the last 6 months, doing whatnot. It's been an amazing blessing. I have to say shout out to a lot of you on here. Just say thank you for your support, your comments, your encouragement, your inspiration. Other YouTubers as well, very inspired. Sean and Bethany with Trash Pandas, Kaylee Elaine and her team, Tech and Sports, amazing. Daily Refinement, amazing. Taylor Exchange, amazing. J Ride Flips, amazing. All these people that are out there, crushing it, doing really well. There's all these things you could learn from other people that are doing great, and then just apply it to your business. So thank you. I appreciate it. And we're not done. We're not done. I want to continue just to help people and encourage you that you can do this as well. You can do this as well. Yes, you can. Flip City says, all good. Excited for our meeting and hopefully grow together. Yep, absolutely. Love to have you part of the team, and let's see how we can all grow together and help just make more profit, make more money every year over year, right? I can't do it alone. First of all, guys, like he's talking about the wholesale and the team. I cannot do it alone. I cannot do it alone. I don't think anyone expects to grow and scale their business by themselves. It can it be done? Yes. And now more than ever, it's easier to do it by yourself. But as you start to scale and grow, you need to start hiring out teams, processes, employees. You can't do it alone. Flip says, dude, you lower your listing, go on eBay since starting whatnot? Yeah, I'm only listing 50% sell-through rate items and $100 ASP items on eBay going forward. That's just kind of what we're doing. We used to list 20 items a day. Now everything's basically going to whatnot. So if you're a reseller and you don't have access to maybe good inventory like Ermenegildo Xenia and Burberry and Laurel Piana and Arc'teryx and Patagonia, even North Face, come to the whatnot shows, because we just sold a ton of that stuff this morning. Sold 108 items for $1,000 gross. So that's basically around $10. I mean, you're getting stuff like unreal stuff. So check it out. I have a link where someone can get $15 credit down below if you guys want to check out the whatnot shows and source. We'd love to see you there. And plus you'd get $15 off. That's pretty awesome. First live I caught in text group. Nice. Yeah. So many awesome people out there that want to help you grow. I think that a lot of people that have been doing it for a while, that really are authentic and genuine, really see the potential that this is a very big market, and not a lot of people still yet realize of the opportunity out there to resell full time. I can go to my church of 500 people and really no one knows what a reseller is. Like, what is that? What eBay's still around? Just not a lot of people know about it. So there's a great opportunity, and you can learn from a lot of people on YouTube. MSG says, Joyce says, Joyce, you're so awesome. You are awesome. Gina Squad in the house. Thank you. Love your positivity. Well, we appreciate your support. Thank you. MSG says, I'm basically copying Tech and Sports model at a small scale. I can't list 140 plus clothing items a day yet, but I went from an everything seller to all clothes, and you're growing. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit easier once you niche down. But yeah, congrats. Copy what's working and then make it your own. Thank you. You inspire me to start whatnot. I'm a few shows in. Well, how's it going? I know your first few shows, you're always like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know. It's very scary, but and you do get nervous, but it's fun. It is so much fun, guys. I have a blast doing these Whatnot shows. It is great. And you never know. I may start a Lululemon brand new with tags for $1 just to keep you on your toes. We may start an Arc'teryx new with tags jacket for $1. I don't know. I don't know. When is that going to happen? It may happen tonight. I don't know. You're going to have to see to find out. So Blair sweater, I want to go into back to some of the sales before we head out here, guys. But if you do have questions, let me know. My phone number is worth more than 15 Whatnot credit. Thanks anyways. Hey, no worries. No worries. Like I said, not for everybody. It don't matter. Thank you, Bo. Says, with this business, is it possible to buy a land or a house? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. If you're buying it traditionally through a bank, you're probably going to at least have to have 2 years worth of tax returns to show to the bank, at least 2 years. I mean, you could do it with less. You would just have to do really well. But yeah, 2 years, I would say, if you're going to go through traditional financing through a bank, to really see, because as an entrepreneur, they want to see 2 years, or they'll take another way the mortgage loan officers do it is they take like say you've been doing it for a year, they'll just take the average of the 12 months and put that in their calculation to see your monthly total. But yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So this Blair sweater sold for $17.95. Nothing too crazy here. Sold in a year and a half. Not a good sale, but it did sell for full price. Whoop-de-doo. All right. Adriana Goldschmied, you've seen me sell this time and time again. You're probably getting bored of it, but it did sell. I think it sold for $20 plus shipping. July 30th was the listing date. This is called the Everett 360 stretch. Typically buying these between $3, $7. So nice turnaround on that, and it sold in 3 months. So good, not great. Here we go. Nike shirt women's. This sold in a year and 3 months. Way too long. What the heck am I thinking? But it did sell for full price of $17.95 plus shipping. Amazing. I'm even in shock as well. These sell all day long for $1 on Whatnot. Like literally all day long. Sometimes I just throw them in the trash because no one buys them. All right, so we got a flesh pony, Ralph Lauren, size 4, sold for $20 plus shipping. What am I talking about when I say flesh pony? It's just the colored pony on here. See that right there? So you'd want to pick that up. You'd want to pick that up. Okay, so next one, this Carhartt jacket, vintage Carhartt jacket. I took a best offer. It sold for $60 plus shipping. Actually, not you. I was gonna say made in USA. Anyways, but yeah, Carhartt jacket sold for $60 plus shipping. I'm happy with that. And then I sold some socks. I think these sold for $10 plus shipping. Came from the storage unit. These were listed a year ago. Not a great sale, but what am I gonna do? So this is a 4XLT Columbia fleece, sold for full price, $27.95. I find these all the time, and they actually sell really well this time of year. I'm usually pricing between $20 and $30. Just depends on the size. So that was a good size. Prana pants, women's, sold for $29.95 plus shipping, and it had stains. What am I gonna do? Amazing. Still sold for $30. That blew me away. So Prana, I'm picking it up. Did take about 6 months to sell though. Prana women's pants, not the best item in women's to be picking up, to be quite honest with you. Just the sell-through rate's really low. Mavi jeans sold in about 6 weeks for full price of $24.95. Not too bad. Picking these up for around $3, $5, $7. Not too bad. Great size as well. 34, 32 Mavi jeans made in Turkey, sold for $25. And Adriana Goldsmith jeans, $30 plus shipping. These sold in about 6 weeks, and they're called the Everett Slim Leg. They sold for $30, and amazing. Yeah, not too much to say. It's like they're AG jeans, they're men's. I really try to only pick up the men's AG jeans or pants and list them for about $25 to $30. This is a good one. Lapco flame resistant jeans. These sold in about 3 months. They're women's, size 8, Lapco. I think they're usually known for making flame resistant stuff. But yeah, anything flame resistant, you probably want to pick it up. So that was a nice sale, $30 plus shipping. Wow, Lucky Brand sock. There's a pair, and I think they sold for $5. Whoop de doo. Sold in a year. Oh my goodness. So this is a Tommy Tommy Hilfiger men's long sleeve shirt. Nothing crazy. It's vintage, but no one cares. Sold for $10 plus shipping. Yeah. Nothing really much to say there. So that was some of the sales over the weekend. Um, Going back to kind of just what made me move forward in the resale business, this year in particular, was like I was feeling stuck, feeling like things were getting a little repetitive. And then I saw a great need of, people needing a little bit more access to inventory. And I had the idea to do Whatnot back in January, never did it, gave all the reasons why it wasn't going to work. And then I was like, all right, let's finally start it. We've only been on Whatnot for 3 months. Well, August, September, August. So no, like 2.5 months, and we've done $70,000 in sales. I mean, we're going to pass up eBay in probably 2 more months. So, yeah, just being able to think in new ways about old problems. And I was like, well, I've talked to a lot of resellers, and it seems like it's always the problem of not being able to have access to inventory. Like if you live in, a different part of the United States where you just don't have access to a Goodwill bins or good flea markets or thrift stores, then Whatnot can be a great way. So that's kind of where I turn to Whatnot, and trying to just provide the best deal possible, for the best price in items that people actually want, like the Patagonia, the North Face, the Lululemon, things like that. So that's the thing that helped me get unstuck, was just trying something new and learning to think in new ways about old problems. Think of an old problem and think in new ways about that problem on how you can solve it. That's really it. That's where lives are changed. That's where creations are made. I mean, look at the iPhone, look at the computer, look at all of these innovations that have come out that have solved problems. So if you can just do that in your business, remember, if you're a reseller, you don't need to just resell on eBay. You don't just need to sell on Whatnot. You need to figure out what are some other ways that I can maximize my revenue and income while I go out sourcing. So that's a great way. And that's the thing that I learned over the last few months is like, trying new things, and don't be afraid to fail, because many people fail. You guys see the success, you don't see the failures. And just learn from those failures. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm here to answer your questions, and then we're going to peace out because we're going to get to shipping some items out. So hope everyone's doing well. And if you're watching on the replay, you could definitely comment down below. Flip says, sold some in the first couple. Cool. And then 0 in the third, but sticking to it. Cut my eBay listings in half right now to figure out the rhythm. Very good. Very good. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Keep up the good work and don't give up. Never give up. Okay. I'm having knee replacement next Monday. Pat, how you doing, Pat? Good to see you. And I'm not sure how to deal with my platforms while I'm out of commission. I mean, if you have stuff listed on eBay, if you could figure out whether you hire a virtual assistant or something, to continue listing, because once you stop listing on eBay, everyone knows your sales just drop off. But then also too, you might just need to put it on vacation mode and rest and relax and recover. So it's up to you. It's up to you. But yeah, stopping the listings while you're out, whether you're on vacation or getting surgery, it's tough because eBay, the fuel to eBay's fire is the consistency of listing, which does get tiring. But hope you're doing well. We'll keep you in prayer, Pat. And you have been an amazing support to my wife, my family, and all of us. So we really appreciate you and hope the recovery as well. Knee replacement is not a joke. So that is a very, very good one. And yeah, we hope you get better. Nana says, do you leave feedback before your item is delivered and customer left feedback, or before? Many customers do not leave feedback nowadays. Yeah, I do it after. Yeah, just after. And remember, you can't leave negative feedback if you're a seller, which is I always thought was weird. But yeah, but just leave feedback after the transaction. You can also set it up to automatically leave feedback, but I think once they make the purchase, it automatically leaves feedback. So probably don't want to do that. John says, "Are you still doing daily coupon on eBay, or did you stop? I notice a lot of your items are selling full price." Yeah, I have a coupon going, but I'm not doing it daily anymore. I'm just running it like every 2 weeks, and it seems to be converting somewhat. But yeah, we're trying to just sell items for full price now, and I'm not really in a hurry to sell those items and take a deep discount. It just really depends. Like if I get an offer like that Anine Bing sweatshirt that I had for 120, it was listed for 3 months. I took a $40 offer. I don't care. I got it from the bins. $40, great. Now I'll go buy a Nike sweater and wear it. But yeah, that's kind of what I do. You definitely don't want to, you want to experiment with what coupon percentage works for you. You want okay. All right. So Stacy says, "Hi, Bo. I'm new here. I started selling on eBay and I have a question. Can I sell clothes without care labels? Many people remove labels, so I can't determine the material of these clothes." Yeah. Yeah, you can. It's fine. Just note it. Just note it in the description and you'll be good to go. Just note it. Just say, "Hey, there's no material tag." And just note it in your description, just so you don't get like an item not as described. But yeah, that's what I would do. Hope everyone is doing well. We're going to be doing these lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just really going over maybe a learning lesson that I learned over these last 4 years and really just helping you push the ball down the field, take the next step, get unstuck, and move forward in your business and life. I appreciate you all. And if you want access to good inventory, you can check out our Whatnot shows. Link down below. You get a $15 off credit to use for your first purchase. So we'd love to see you there. We're selling items like Patagonia, North Face, Carhartt. We got some vintage Harley Davidson jackets, leather. So we got a ton of good stuff, and we'd love to see you there to get a great deal. We appreciate you all. $15 off, link down below. How can I get more positive feedback? I sell items, but they don't leave feedback. There's only going to be about 10 to 30% of the sales you make where people actually leave feedback. So we've sold like 30,000 items, 25,000 items, 30,000 items on eBay. And I think my feedback is like 5 to 6,000. So that should be a good calculation for you that most people don't leave feedback. Just keep doing what you're doing and you will build it up over time. Or sell things like at cost if you really want the feedback. But I don't think feedback is as important. When you start getting 50 feedback, 100 feedback, it's really not as important. But just getting your first 10 feedback on eBay is good because you want to be reputable, you want to be trustworthy. So that's kind of where it is. After you hit 50 feedback, no need to be, too worried about it. But if you guys have questions, also too, just leave them comment down below. And then if you're also looking to grow your business and wholesale and be part of the team, there's a link to book a call for me if you want to get into that. We'd love to see if you're a good fit. But I appreciate you all. We'll be back here on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you in the Whatnot shows. Have a blessed day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.